Our process in completing this project has had a lot of difficulties, but we feel that we were able to overcome most of the challenges and were able to come up with an idea that might have an impact. Mental health was the second major idea that we decided to work with, initially focusing on an effort to plant trees. This first project fell through for a variety of reasons, namely the price of trees, not being the correct season, and not having a clear goal. Our backup idea was to do mental health, as we both know is a major issue both at women and at schools in general. Seeing that had a prevalent impact on today's society, we figured that informing people about mental health was a better goal and was easier to follow through with than our initial idea.
The first thing that we focused on was laying out a timeline and getting a general idea of the presentation's pace. This allowed us to manage our time much better and prevented wasted time having nothing to do. We had 3 columns laid out for accomplishing a task, specifically what the task was, the date it needed to be completed, and the person or people who were responsible for completing the task. This allowed us to see what needed to be worked on, what needed to be accomplished, and allowed us to prioritize more important tasks over simple and quick tasks.
The first major thing that we focused on was gathering general information for our project and making sure that we had a baseline understanding of our topic before we started assembling a presentation or conversing with experts so we had something to go off of, sort of like a reference. We started by getting a list of sources from different websites, articles, and different experts. We initially gained a general knowledge about our topic before we dove into the specifics that our project focused on, which was its impact on students. A large part of gathering information was simply sifting through the information that we'd gathered and condensing it into something that related to our project, ensuring that we kept our focus on mental health in school and not just mental health in general. One of our biggest findings was that mental health is very prevalent, with nearly 1 in 5 students suffering from some kind of mental illness, but not nearly as many students got help with their mental illness. This was found across multiple sources and backed up by our talk with experts.
As part of our research process, we decided that we should seek opinions from people more directly in the field. We figured that they could give us more information about mental health in general, as well as what we were looking for specifically. We ended up conferencing with both Mr. Backus and Mrs. McQuiggan, and they gave us a large amount of information that greatly contributed to the project as a whole, as well as more sources to look into. They helped show how serious mental health issues were, more than just statistics, and showed us some of the experiences that come from different situations and strategies when dealing with mental health.
After we had finished gathering all of our information, we finalized the idea of giving a talk and started working on our outline. Our idea was to give something more similar to a TED Talk than to a presentation, making sure that we have more of an outline than a script, ensuring that the talk was more free-form. We did additionally use slides, although these were for more visual aid and to show different topics than to convey information. We started making a list of topics that we wanted to cover within the talk, and started filling in these sections with different statistics and things that we wanted to talk about. Finally, giving the talk and presenting it in the environment and manner that we had initially addressed.
Our overall goal was to try and bring awareness to what is definitely a very prevalent issue, to try and reduce the stigma of mental health in general. We hope that we were able to have a positive impact on the students that we talked to, and hope that we could bring at least some awareness to a prevalent and problematic issue.